Hello and welcome to the Business with Altitude live at 5. We have today, I'm so excited, we have Christo and Janine, and potentially we might have Avatar Matt joining us in a couple of minutes. We would love to hear where you're joining us from if you're watching, and if you're watching the replay, remember to comment #replay. We are going to do a whirlwind tour through day 2 of the Business with Altitude Summit, which, by the way, if you weren't there, you missed out big time. Janine, what was today all about?
Today was about leadership, technology, and I think that scared a couple of people. And then the session after that, we spoke about brand and what is the brand of your company, what is marketing, and what is sales actually, because going back to what Christo spoke about is teams, is you need to play your team with the strengths that they've got. But if you don't know what is sales, what is marketing, what is brand, what is the different business function, how on earth are you going to slot the right people into the right positions? So that really, I think, hit home for me.
You know what I loved about that? So when we started out on this journey, one of the things that we said was central to the whole program or the whole summit was customer experience. And something that is central to delivering exceptional experiences is having the right person in the right position. And when Christo went, well, actually, guys, you got to do these things, I was like, yep, absolutely. If you are not putting the right people in the right position, not only are you sucking as a leader, guys, it is what it is. Hey, we talk straight. But also, you're not enabling your business or your team to create exceptional experiences. Krista, what was the biggest takeout for you out of day 2?
Well, the biggest takeout for me was I really enjoyed being in the room with everybody, first of all. The team, yourself, Janine, it was really, really great. And then obviously seeing everybody that is connecting from literally around the world, first of all, was absolutely amazing. Believing and realizing that, the Business Altitude Summit is really impacting, much more than just on the scale that we maybe initially thought it would. So I think, first of all, that was just absolutely amazing for me. I like what Janine said, which she spoke about, the marketing, the brand, about, your competitive advantage as a business. In today's society where you can choose to be anything, I think at least be yourself. And a lot of businesses out there, are trying to be like somebody else. They're copying, what other people are doing. They're copying the strategies. They're copying the vision. They're even copying like some designs and logos. And they want to look and feel like, a copycat. So when she spoke about that and that your brand is your personality, it's like, wow, it really hit home for me. Just stay in your lane, remain who you are. Yes, grow, increase, develop, add on, but remain focused and remain pure to who you are as a business, as a individual. So I think that for me was really just hitting the nail on the head.
Absolutely. So I think, Janine, one of the misconceptions that you addressed really well today, but I think people still struggle with, is the sales, marketing, branding. Even though we've gone through that, would you mind just sharing once more what is the difference between sales, marketing, and branding?
Sure. So when we look at a brand, people think the first thing they come back to me with a brand is it's my logo and my colors. It's really much more than that. It's like telling me that the clothes on your back is the most important thing about you. If you're telling me that your logo and your colors is the most important thing, a brand is the personality of the company. It's how other people outside of your company and inside of your company perceive you as a company. And I always say that a brand, the reason why it's a personality is because people buy from people. Right. And
Yes.
if we are setting up stuff like customer avatars and who's my ideal client, how can you match a thing that we call a business with everything that has to do with people? But if you see your company as a person and your brand is the personality, then you're going to connect better with the people that you are obviously dealing with and whose companies you want to impact. And then when it comes to marketing, marketing is a tool. Many people think that marketing sells, right? It could, but that's not the purpose, right? Marketing is a tool that we use And a good perception or a good brand makes our marketing so much easier. And then the third one is we are having sales, which is the organizational function within your company. Those are people. So what happens a lot of the time is when we do marketing campaigns, they want to know why are we not selling? And I will tell them because the salespeople are not selling. Because sales is done by a person as the sales department, right? And those salespeople use your marketing tools to effectively sell the brand that you've now is the personality of the company. Odette, it looks like I have lost you there. One of the things that I can say that, there we go, your faces are back. So basically, to sum up, the brand is the personality of the company. Marketing is the tools that we use for the salespeople to make it easier for them. And sales is an organizational function that is done by people. And when we work it the other way around, the salespeople use the very good marketing tools to lean on the brand that you've obviously created.
And it takes deliberate action. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's also not something that you can set and forget. And I think that's probably the biggest misconception when businesses start. They think they can wing it, which obviously they can't. B, they think that leadership is something that's only for corporates. So then they forget about the fact that they have to lead other people. And C, they think that if I've created this one social media post or this one social media campaign, I never have to do it again. And the reality is that's simply not true. We spoke about it in one of our previous lives, that people need to see something 26 times just for them to recognize it. And it's the same for our teams, actually. Christo, you said that we need to communicate clearly and we need to take people on the journey. And you actually can't do that if you've just said it once. I had a mentor at some point that used to say, if you've said it once, you haven't said it at all, because it doesn't land the first time. You have to repeat it. And I love saying, if your business isn't boring, you're doing it wrong. Got it.
That's why, because they will get the message.
Absolutely. I've heard something on communication where this individual said, don't just communicate to the people, but actually ask them to repeat what you've just told them. And unless they can repeat it to you exactly the way you've communicated to them, they're either not listening or you're communicating it wrong. And it just comes down to, back to what you're saying about repetition. And people definitely think that just one campaign or just one phone call is going to seal the deal. It's not the case. It's something that you got to put out there consistently for people to get aware of, or to be aware of who you are. And maybe that's what people are doing. And Janine can maybe jump in here. Is they want to do marketing just because they do marketing because they want to get a sale. Where the way that you've broke it down, marketing is not sales. And I think a lot of people think that marketing is sales. It's simply just like you said, it's that. But it's to create that awareness of who you are, establishing your brand and the person that you are. If I'm just thinking about relationships again, people that know me, they don't know who I am just because of the one time I went with them to dinner. It's that consistently going out with people, spending time with people in different environments. And maybe that's even something we can touch on, is that people want to market just one stream, one avenue, one communication method, where there's such a vast, spectrum of way that people are receiving communication and information these days. And we have to touch every single one of those aspects to reach that global audience.
I love
one of the big things.
Go, Janine.
One of the big things that you mentioned was trust in your session, which I really liked, because trust is developed, right? So it's the same with marketing, is people need to trust your brand in order to follow your marketing, in order to, like Odette says, give me that credit card details, right? There's a process that happens there. There's relationship that happens from the beginning to the middle to the end when the sale takes place, and then we have to start all over again, and with trust that is developed, not earned, like you were saying. With that trust forms relationships. With relationships, many people with relationship, guess what they form? Communities.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So I think one of the important points that's definitely come out of this is people think that 26 interactions means that I need to send you 26 emails or there needs to be 26 Facebook posts. But Christo just mentioned it. He said, actually, no, people are in different places and we have to be where they're at. And that's also, it's a really important key to customer experience. You have to meet your customer where they are at. If your customer is on Instagram and you are advertising in the newspaper, you will never get in front of them. You are never going to, you will be the best kept secret because you're in the wrong place. So there, especially from a leadership perspective, you mentioned something about you need to, you've got to have some foresight, and there's got to be a bit of discernment there. And so a lot of that starts with understanding who your customer is, which is what we spoke about yesterday. And then also from a leadership perspective, you've got to understand your team. So there's the heart of the customer, how they feel. I love how this is all coming together in my mind. There's the heart of the customer, how they feel, but then there's the heart of your employee and how you treat them and how you nurture that thing. And when you put those two hearts together, you've got like, it's a little bit, I don't know if you've watched Trolls World Tour, but at the end, where Princess Poppy or someone, I don't know, someone plays the guitar strings, that they play it together and suddenly it like bursts open and it's colorful and everyone's happy and suddenly the world's a better place. When we put those two things together, it's like us strumming those strings together and it just explodes in color and amazing things. And we can do that when we have the right people in the right position, develop ourselves as leaders when we become who we need to be to lead these people, and understand what it is we need to do for our business. Otherwise, we will be the best kept secret.
Yep.
So tell me, what are your thoughts on the next event?
It has to happen soon. I don't know if I can wait a year. Let me just say that. A year is a very long time. Look, it needs to happen, but all I can say, a year is a very long time.
Christo, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely the same. I was actually thinking like, a year is definitely so far away. We definitely need to have a look at what's possible. I was actually sitting and thinking, before you asked that question, as I was actually thinking, what about the people that missed out? They either, were at the wrong place or they didn't see the ads or whatever reason that they couldn't attend the Business with Altitude Summit. I mean, there was such vital information that was given. I'm thinking they can't wait another year, exactly like Janine said, somehow to, make this happen for them, or even definitely doing another event, somewhere in this year. I definitely believe that the people need that. If I just gauge from the 2 or 3 rooms that I was in yesterday and some of the questions that was asked today in the session, I really believe the people need support. They absolutely need support. They've got incredible hearts. They got incredible dreams. They got incredible goals, BHAGs. They have incredible products, incredible services. But it just seems like there's so many lost connections, whether it be technology, whether it be how do I connect with my customers, whether it be how do I scale this business. I really believe that the Business Altitude Summit and what you've put together over these last couple of days in the conference is vital ingredients that people need for their business. And so, we need to have a look and see how we can make that available for people.
So if you are watching us live, you are the first to hear about this. And if you're watching the replay, sorry, you're the second to hear about this. But you've just heard it. The team have decided that this is actually a really cool thing. We enjoy what we do. We enjoy doing it together, and we enjoy helping you get to the next level. So keep an eye out on the socials. We are going to do the next Business with Altitude the next Business with Altitude, we'll call it something else because the summit only happens once. So this is not going to be a summit.
Me
But
too.
we are going to do, yeah, yes. We will definitely be doing another one. If you missed out on this one, then this is an opportunity for you to jump in. Christo spoke in one of his sessions about never leave someone behind. And this is us giving you an opportunity to get on the bus, to get your business in the right place. And if you're wondering what a BHAG is, well, then you have to be there. I don't know what to say to you. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can go Google it. It will not give you the same response because you have an awesome group of people here who have shared and poured into the people that were in that room, and their lives are forever different. So I'm sorry if you have missed it, and you're welcome. You can come to the next one.
I think, Odette, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to share the links for them to become part of our community so long on Instagram, Discord, Telegram, all those places. And this is the thing. If you said it just now, if we're just going to go to the places where we are, we're going to miss some people, right? So we are literally everywhere. Telegram, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Substack. Make sure that you connect to that place that suits you, where you hang out, right? We want to reach you at that place. So I'm going to send the links in the chat, and then you can connect with us there.
That is fantastic. See, I told you guys, you need to be here. If you missed it, you missed something incredible. I can tell you, we've asked for feedback from the participants. And when asked what was the most value for you during the sessions, many of them verbatim have said, there was too much. I can't tell you, it's an unfair question. Now, guys, I'm not saying that so that you think that we're super duper awesome, because we're human beings that are very passionate about what we do and about helping you grow. So this is not about blowing our own horn. It's about letting you understand that other people who have been there are saying, hey, there's something here. We can't wait to be to the next one. I don't actually want to share too much about what was in the sessions, to be honest. But I do think, Janine, do you want to share with the people just quickly why community is important? Because we've got all these different places, and now people are like, well, I've never heard of Discord. What is that? Do you want to just gloss over it?
Okay, so on the section that we spoke about of marketing, we know that the current marketing models are traditional marketing, which many people threw out the window, by the way, and that was wrong. Cease for you, because we're still going to use that. It's still relevant and it's still important, right? So we've got traditional marketing. It serves a purpose of brand awareness. Then we've got digital marketing. And with digital marketing, it serves a purpose. It drives action. But now you've built brand awareness. You have people that is following you. You created an action. You've driven action. You've gotten the F factor going, your friends, family, fans, and followers. Now you need automation, and now you need scalability and fanability. And that happens through creating communities. And we're going to do that by using Web3. So that's a new marketing model that's coming in. It's nothing to be afraid of, but it's everything to be afraid of if you don't attend the sessions and you don't understand what it is, right? But I want to try and make it as simple as possible, because we've done this before. It's the next step in your marketing journey. And that's what I said today. People still ask me, do I need a digital marketing campaign? Yes. Like, how would you do the next step? That's just right here. If you don't have a digital marketing campaign, how are you going to elevate from there? You're basically starting from scratch in order to get to Web3, because we're going to take what you've done in digital marketing and we're going to convert that, automate that, scale that, make it fanability, and make your business grow once more.
Absolutely. So, Christo, what
Can I quickly
shifts?
add something on communities, if you
Yes,
don't mind?
please.
So I like analogies. My mind's always running with trying to figure stuff out. And so, as you know, very recently I became a father, and I'm very excited about the journey ahead. But leading up to that, obviously, I've been just listening to a lot of people and a lot of advice on raising kids. But there was I don't know if it's shocking or interesting or powerful, but there's a statistic out there that says the biggest influence on your child and the development of your child and how your child will turn out is not you as the parent, but it is the environment that they are brought up in. It is the friends, parents that the kid will play with. Now, just hold on for a minute. Now, let's think about this. If this is true in raising kids, could it be true in building business? And is it true? Is it possible? Is it out there that the biggest impact that people in my company, my staff can have is not so much what I teach them, but what they learn from the people that I surround myself with? And
Yes.
if that is true, then
Love that.
communities is absolutely so vital. It's time that we stop competing with one another and start completing one another, support one another. And I believe what Janine shared on communities, and that's why you got to be a part of this community, because what we share with you is there to grow and to develop the people out there. I was thinking
Yeah.
today as I drove home, all three of us are executive business coaches. We love coaching. We have coaching clients. Yet we came together. We used our platforms, how big, how small, how impactful, whatever the case might be, how long we've been in business, but we didn't care about my clients coming over, didn't was not aware or not we weren't caring about who's going to get the glory, any of those things. It's all about, can we help and impact people's lives? And so if you're out there, if you're part of this community, it's really a community that cares to build people.
Absolutely. I have so many thoughts on that. First thought, quickly, this is going to be fire hydrant. Dr. Keith Johnson talks about who's at your table. I tell my kids, you become what you surround yourself with. Guys, if you don't like who you are, check who's around you, find new
Yeah.
people who stretch you. If you step in a room, I have deliberately chosen the people who partnered with us on this program because I feel dumb around them. I feel like they are super intelligent. I am 10 steps behind them and I have to stretch myself. You become what you surround yourself with. If you don't like who you are, look who's around you, find new people. That's the one thing. The second thing is we have to create ecosystems of growth. This summit is not about making any one person thing, whatever, a superstar. This summit is about helping people create ecosystems in our community and to teach them how to create ecosystems for themselves. Because I don't know who said it, but I've said it before. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with someone. I think it might have been John Maxwell.
That's right.
We want to go far and we want to have a big impact. None of us are here, and that's also a deliberate thing. None of us are here, and none of us have the purpose of making money. The business purpose here, guys, if you were in day one, you'll know what I'm talking about. Money is a great tool, but a terrible purpose. None of us have the purpose of making money. That is not a purpose. The purpose here is to create ecosystems that help businesses grow and succeed. Because you know what? Your success is our success. And then we create a better world. And who does not want a better world? Come on now.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I love the fact that we have a global reach, Odette. I mean, we're sitting in different countries, and that's how the team is going to grow. I love it because there's no boundaries, and it's like-minded people, not people
Yes.
staying in the same region. So
Yes.
that for me is a really big plus of this as well.
That is 100% true and 100% a high note. And on that high note, I am going to end today's live at 5. I want to personally thank each one of our participants that came from all over the world. They really did. Go and check out where they were from. That was really, really cool. They gave everything in those sessions. They left nothing on the table, which is fantastic. And then, of course, to our amazing presenters, Christo, our avatar tech guy, who unfortunately couldn't make it. He was in another avatar tech meeting, guys. This is how tech works. And then, of course, Janine, thank you so much, guys, for sharing your thoughts, your inspiration, your insights, and your time, because this is time consuming. You invested your time in people in the past 2 days, and I just want to say thank you so much, guys. If you don't have a ticket for next year, ticket sales are available for next year until I leave, which is on Friday morning, 5 o'clock. If you want the grandfather price of this year for next year, then you need to buy the ticket. However, we are going to have a very short thing now. Guys, it's been a long day. We are going to run another one now. So if you don't want to wait until next year, keep an eye out on social media. We will run another Business with Altitude volume 2 this year in the next 2 months or so. So jump on the socials. We'd love to see you there. Guys, any last words?
No, that's what I was going to say is follow us on our pages so you can get information. And so we can share, we're going to share insightful blogs. We're going to help you. We're going to teach you. We're going to keep you on trend, help you to understand what's happening in the markets, help you with some business principles. So keep following us because there you're going to see it's going to help your business as well.
The people you surround yourself with is a snapshot of your future.
Oh,
can I say
bombshell.
Amen? My goodness. I like that.
What more can I say, guys? And on that bombshell, have a fantastic evening, potentially morning. If you're in Australia, it's time to get up just now. And we will chat to you real soon. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you soon. Cheers, guys.